So today I want to give you my top 5 favorite neighborhoods that are priced at or under $700,000 that I think give you the most bang for buck. A lot of times people find that there's a lot of redundancy in Virginia Beach, so what I wanted to do was also pick out different types of neighborhoods to show, hey, it's not just one type of house in the city. You can find different options. But these neighborhoods are great for different reasons. So number 5 is going to be Sherwood Lakes. And if you look on the map, I will show you where Sherwood Lakes is. And so the southeastern section of Virginia Beach right here, this is a pretty popular neighborhood or area. Newer houses are over here. And I mentioned Sherwood Lakes because it's one of the only neighborhoods that is near or has access to a decently sized lake. And here's the lake right here. It's close to Princess Anne Road. It's close to almost the rural part of Virginia Beach. So it kind of surprises you as you drive down the road. These are only like 10 to 15 years old. And so if you want something newer, but also staying under 700,000, it can be hard to find all of the boxes checked in the southeastern part of Virginia Beach. Why is the southeastern part of Virginia Beach important? One of the reasons is because school district, Kelm High School District, Ocean Lakes High School District, and all the associated middle school and elementary schools are relatively in high demand. And especially if you're coming to Virginia Beach and you want school districts, these are some of the hot ones in Virginia Beach. So that being said, there's a lot of newer construction that's happened over the course of the last 10, 15 years in the southeastern part of Virginia Beach. But as time has gone on, a lot of these houses have been priced up over $750. And so it's hard to find the balance of, okay, the right size of house and also the right age as well. Places like Asheville Park, Heritage Park, right down the street from Sherwood Lakes, these are over 700 mostly. So it's hard to find anything priced in this neighborhood or this area under here. For all that you get and the age of the house, I think that Sherwood Lakes really checks a lot of boxes. And so you can kayak and paddleboard, for example, in the lake in Sherwood Lakes. So see right here, here is the lake. And then if you go around there are some houses that face the lake, but also coming off of there are some that, most of them are off the lake, but you still have access to it. One of the drawbacks to Sherwood Lakes would be the sizes of the lots. They're not very big, and that's one of the reasons why the prices are cheaper. But the floor plans are a little bit more contemporary, I think, just because of the ages of the houses that when they were built. But it also feels like more of it's not what I would say is a master plan community from the standpoint of like what you'd see in other larger cities across the country, but it has that kind of feel to it. A lot of the same style houses all through here. And so I don't personally like that vibe as much, just the consistency of over and over again. But this has that aesthetic that is very desirable for like those newer houses. And so I think all that combined with the fact that it's also close to some great restaurants. Coming out of the neighborhood is Shorebreak Pizza, which has multiple chains or locations in Virginia Beach. Very in demand, very good pizza off of Princess Anne Road, but just down the street from Sherwood Lakes. Also, the Bee and the Biscuit is one of the most popular or most talked about restaurants in Virginia Beach, which is further down Princess Anne Road next to Sawdust Road, a coffee shop. So both of these are just off of Princess Anne Road. And so you'll find some cool little nooks and crannies on Princess Anne that make it fun to be on Princess Anne. But one of the cool vibes about being in Sherwood Lakes is that it is also it's suburbs. You're close to Red Mill. You're close to the southeastern ecosystem, but you're also close to Pungo, which is very rural. It's like the rural part of Virginia Beach. So I like the combination of that too. Now you're also close to Sandbridge, which is, there aren't too many neighborhoods or areas that are close to Sandbridge, which is the most, I'd say, a combination of private and desirable beaches. It's also expensive, but you're close to there. So you can come out of the neighborhood, hit Sandbridge Road right here, and come all the way straight down to Sandbridge itself. So you're not that far away from that. And most people love Sandbridge if you like beaches. It's also a lot quieter. It's like a destination beach, if you will. Now, another benefit to being in Sherwood Lakes is that you hear a lot about jet noise, right? Especially in southeastern Virginia Beach, eastern Virginia Beach. Well, this area, if you look on the ACU's noise zone map, which I've talked a lot about because jet noise is a big thing, Sherwood Lakes is smack dab in the section that is around most of the higher noise zones. So it's right in the lower levels. So not saying you won't hear anything at all, but it definitely gives you a lot more confidence that the jet noise levels will not be super high like you might find even a mile or two away. But again, I say the drawbacks will probably just be the fact that small lots, some people don't want that. Hard to find the price and the lot size combined, though, as one thing. And also, one of the general issues with being in southeastern Virginia Beach is that you're far away from the rest of the city. And so unless you want to be near Red Mill or near the southeastern part of the city, the school districts and all that, or Oceana, you might find that driving across the area, across to other cities, might be a bit, dissatisfying because it's so long and so kind of arduous going across town. So separate from Sherwood Lakes, I want to step just to the east in the same general area and talk about another neighborhood that has a wide variety of houses and also prices, which is Lagomar, which I'm going to show you on the map here. Where we go? There we go. Lagomar, there's two sides of it. There's the new side and the old side. The old side is more so the area that I'm talking about here because the newer side is a bit higher in price, like 800, 900 mostly. But you'll find some under 8. But the south side, which is just off of Nemo Parkway, is in Cullum High School District, and also you'll find some in the 6s and closer to 7. So these are like in the 2,000, 3,000 square foot range. They could be really higher or lower than that, but point is that you get a bunch of randomness here. I'm a big fan of Lagomar for that reason, and so I'll drop a pin here. So South Lagomar, it's a very established neighborhood. Number one, it has enough time to develop. So these are built in like the 80s mostly, and lot sizes are, I'd say, pretty nice for what you're paying for. Compared to Sherwood Lakes, these are mostly going to be much larger than what you find in Sherwood Lakes. Now, that being said, not all of these are going to be under 700. Majority are going to be over. The reason I'm mentioning Lagomar, though, is because if you can get a house in here under 7, which is still doable, you won't find all the bells and whistles and all. It's not all fully renovated. But if you get a house in here, most of the houses are going to be appreciating or at a higher valuation than what you would buy your house at, most likely. And so there is some room there for equity built in if you get a house in here and just do some renovating, usually if you get it under 7. Now, there are some that might be totally fine, a little bit smaller lots or smaller house that are under 7 already in good condition. Now, also, Hells Point Golf Club right down the street, not a awesome golf course, but it's available. It's nearby. Other parks in the neighborhood in the north and south side. And so also you're close to Sandbridge, even closer than what you found at Sherwood Lakes. So you literally come out of the neighborhood, you're right on Sandbridge Road. Turn left, you just keep on rolling, and you'll hit Sandbridge Road. So I like Lagomar also because it is kind of tucked in the corner of the southeastern part of Virginia Beach, to where you're not hearing as much of the jets as you find in other parts of the area. And while there are some flooding issues that are closer to Sandbridge and Sandbridge Road, I don't really see as much in the neighborhood personally. But if you like Lagomar, you're liking it because of the randomness. You like it because of the uniqueness of each house. A lot of times, it's very hard to find the same house over and over again in Lagomar, especially the south side and the older side. You're closer to Red Mill. You're closer to the southeastern part of Virginia Beach, Sandbridge Commons, Red Mill. So if you look at the map, all the areas just north of Lagomar is going to be either houses or shopping centers. So the Egg Bistro, great restaurant there. As you come out of Lagomar or the general part of Nemo Parkway in the areas close to the neighborhood. So you'll find a lot of shopping, and you won't really need to go too far away to get to the places that serve most of your needs, right? Good restaurants also in Red Mill. So one of my favorite, or our favorite seafood places is Blue Seafood, which is in Red Mill, which is in the same area as I'm talking about, the Red Mill Commons area. Now we're going to go further to the north. And so I have focused on houses and neighborhoods in different parts of the North Virginia Beach area. Let's start with Great Neck. I do like Great Neck Meadows. The reason I like Great Neck Meadows, which is right here, is because it's got a balance of everything. I like the fact that I'll just drop a pin here. It's on the south part of Great Neck. I like the fact that you get a variety of houses. So you get ranches. You also have 2 stories, right? You also have a developed neighborhood, so it's established. And also you have park access, which I like a lot too. But they're also newer-ish. And I say newer, they're mostly built in the 1980s. But I like this because a lot of the houses in Great Neck are built back in the 60s and sometimes 70s and sometimes even the 50s. And that's fine. I love those style houses. It's just that as you get further north into Great Neck and Little Neck and the northern parts of Virginia Beach, a majority of these that are under 7 are going to be older houses. So I wanted to focus on one that was a bit newer that gave you the access and also a lot of the boxes checked in the price range I'm talking about, which is why I like Great Neck Meadows. If you come out of here, one of the benefits to being in Great Neck Meadows too is you're close to Hilltop. I mean, literally, you're right here. To come out of the neighborhood and you make a couple turns, you are in Hilltop, which is one of the most premier in-demand shopping access points anywhere in Virginia Beach or even Hampton Roads. You got Trader Joe's, your Whole Foods is here. You're only 7 minutes from Whole Foods. A lot of other big boxes, Total Wine, Walmart, Target, all that too, and also some boutique spots in Hilltop as well, like good restaurants, Aldo's, an Italian place, Mr. Shawarma, which is a Greek spot that we love a lot. It just opened a place on the south side of Hilltop. But a lot of different options all through Hilltop. I'm a big fan of this. So if you want to be in Great Neck, but also want to stay under 7, it's hard to find all the boxes checked, and I think Great Neck Meadows does the best to do that. Now, the drawback's going to be you're in one of the louder areas for jets. The south part of Hilltop can be a problem with this, and so if this bothers you, you might not like this area as much. And also, until they fix it, Hilltop's traffic is a big annoyance. It's getting there. They're getting rid of, they call them service roads, which are on the sides of Laskin Road, and they're thankfully getting rid of them. I think they're getting rid of all of them, but I'll show you what I mean. See this? Oh goodness, there we go. This is not current. This is like earlier 2023, I think. So, but you can see here, they're getting rid of these random, so you see all this construction. If you go back here, this is a service road right here. Two-way street next to another set of two-way streets. So you're kind of cutting across. So that's ending. And until then, while the roads are getting taken out, you're also finding yourself in a bunch of construction. And so the traffic can be way annoying as you're driving down Laskin Road. Now, the prices in Great Neck Meadows are going to be a little bit cheaper. I mean, you'll see them in the 6s, but you can find some in the 5, mid 5s, upper 5s sometimes too. But I'd say most of them are going to still be 6 and 625 in that range. But if you want to stay under 7, want to be in Great Neck, you get a lot of options in Great Neck Meadows and staying in your price range. So that leads me over further west into Little Neck, which is one of my favorite parts of Virginia Beach. Of the two necks, Great Neck, Little Neck, I'm a big fan of Little Neck, but there's one neighborhood in Little Neck that I think bang for buck is one of my favorites in all of Virginia Beach, which is Kings Grant. So on the south side of this is Little Neck right here, this big old big cul-de-sac right here. The central part here, all this is what you would consider Kings Grant. It kind of goes down in the southeastern side here too. There's different parts of it. The majority of it's all here in the central and also in the western side right here. And you get different school districts. Elementary school, Kingston's on the west side of Kings Grant. You've got Kings Grant Elementary is more on the eastern side. But this is a first colonial high school district area. And I just like this area because you get size of lot, you get character. These houses are built in the 60s. And while some people don't like that, I'm a big fan. We live in a house that's built in the 60s. And so with all the drawbacks of the ages of the houses and the renovations and all that, you get a great vibe of a neighborhood. Established trees. It just feels like Virginia Beach. You know what I mean? It feels like Virginia Beach. And you've got some water access too that is more over $1 million. But my point here is too that you have a lot of houses in here in the 5s, 550, 600, and through 6s close to 7. You don't have to get a house in here over $700,000, which is why I like this area a lot. So you're close to areas that are way over 700. You also get the ability to get a house in the 6s pretty easily in Kings Grant. And that doesn't mean it's like a rehab job. It's like you can get a nice 2,500 square foot house in Kings Grant under 700 pretty easily in nice condition. That's just my attention over one more to over to the west. This big area just next to the Lynn Haven River is called Thorogood. And I love Thorogood for a variety of reasons. Number one is it has a lot of houses built similar to what you might find in Kings Grant, 60s houses. Some people won't like that. I love it. I like the character of these types of neighborhoods and the houses themselves. But you see in here, neighborhood is extremely full of character, extremely well wooded. And you'll find here, look at the lot sizes. The houses are spread out because you find a lot of ranches, but there's a lot of, they developed them just a bit bigger than most of the rest of Virginia Beach. So the lot sizes you feel a little bit more spread out between the rest of your neighbors, which love my neighbors, but it's nice to have that little extra breathing room, right? And Thorogood allows for that, which is very hard to find. Now, you'll see, again, I'll drop a pin one more time. You'll see that a lot of these, the curbs, like it's not manicured. Like you're not seeing a bunch of people like edging the streets itself. There are no sidewalks. The streets are often narrow. That's not why you're going into Thorogood. You know, that's kind of a flip from what you might find with Sherwood Lakes. If you want to be in this northwestern part of Virginia Beach, you're going to find that a lot of these houses are going to be a bit older than compared to like what you might find in Sherwood Lakes, for example, back earlier in the video. And what you'll find in Thorogood is that a lot of these houses are going to be over 700,000. It's not that the whole neighborhood is going to be under, and this is not why I included it here. It's similar to what you might find with Lagomar, which is you're buying a house in a neighborhood that is mostly over 7. But there are enough houses in the neighborhood to where you can get some options under 7 and be really happy with what you find. Depends on the size house you're looking for. If you want like an all done house, 3,000, 3,500 square foot, half an acre lot or more, and also under 7, it's going to be hard to find that specifically if it's going to be all done inside. But a little bit smaller house, maybe not perfect inside yet, but the right lot size, you can mix and match the things you like with the price range that you want staying under 7. Now, what I like about the area around Thorogood, number one is you're close to Bayville Farms Park, which is one of the nicest parks in Virginia Beach. It's big. It's got a disc golf course, pickleball, tennis courts, basketball. And you're also next to that, you're close to Bayville Golf Club, which is one of the most premier exclusive golf clubs in Virginia Beach. Another reason why I like Thorogood is that you're close to Chicks Beach, which is one of the neighborhood beaches in Virginia Beach. So if you go further north here, right here, and you have to still drive there and the parking's annoying, but that's kind of the drawback to being near a neighborhood beach, right? But other than that, you're close to it. People want to be close to beaches. This is like 7-8 minutes. You're right there. So I'm a fan of that too. And you're close to 2 or 3 major roads in Virginia Beach. Number one is going to be Shore Drive, Route 60. This goes all the way on the eastern side near First Landing State Park, a huge, awesome park, through Great Neck, plenty of good restaurants here, Hot Tuna, Bay Local, a Carib Shack, all the way through to the Norfolk side. Little Creek is right here, right next to Little Creek, and also Norfolk Navy Base, which is over in the northwestern side of Norfolk. And then the next one is Northampton Boulevard, which is Route 13, which eventually turns into Military Highway. But Northampton Boulevard is a great access point that takes you over towards 64, towards Norfolk, but also Independence Boulevard is the next one that takes you down towards Town Center. You're like 12, 13 minutes away from Town Center. Love that. So one turn, you're on Independence all the way down. It's great. Plenty of shopping down there too. So you have at your fingertips the rest of Virginia Beach and even the north part of Hampton Roads, or of the south side of Hampton Roads, pretty easily. Thorogood is one of the oldest and most desirable neighborhoods in all of Virginia Beach. It's in Princess Anne School District. Drawbacks are going to be, number one, a big neighborhood. Just like what you might find with Kings Grant and Little Neck, getting out of the neighborhood is going to be kind of a long, thing. Because if you notice, 25-mile-an-hour roads, it's like all this over and over again because there's so many side residential roads and they're all 25 miles an hour. So getting out of here is not going to be, you can't fly through Thorogood to get somewhere real fast. But once you get out, you're doing fine. And I like also the fact that there's a little shopping center out of Thorogood, like right next to it. You can take your bike right to the edge of the neighborhood, and you've got several great restaurants right close by. Rustic Spoon, New River Tap House, a coffee shop, and also 1608 Craft House. It's a burger place. I mean, you literally, as you come out of Thorogood, you're right here. You never have to get to the major road, except for if you want to go to 1608. Anyway, it's like a neighborhood community shopping center right next to Thorogood. So if you have any more questions about relocating to these areas or Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach, through Williamsburg, let me know. This is what I do. I love helping people relocate to the area. So please reach out. If you have any questions, you want to plan out how to relocate the best way, let me know. Email, call, text. You can even comment below in the video, and I'll do whatever I can to help you relocate to the area. And I will see you on the next video.